fly the X-Wing to save a planet from massacre. You fly a broom like some kind of magical janitor. Your double dweeb army likes to think that you're the best. All you did was use your mom like a bulletproof vest.
Oh, he went there. What is up, Ninja Communities? MC Ninja38 here to bring you another video, and guys, this is Epic Rap Battles. Harry Potter versus Skywalker. Now this is a good battle, in my opinion, because this is a battle between two people that I at least know without having to do any research. And actually, just like a couple months ago, I watched through the entire Star Wars series. I've read most of the Harry Potter book. Well, actually not most of the Harry Potter books. I can't say that with a straight face. I've read, I think the last one I fully read through was Prisoner of Azkaban, the third one. After that, the books just got too thick for my taste at the time. Whenever I was really interested in reading the books, it was around middle school, and I was trying to, just weasel on by. Anyways, so these are some characters that I will mostly be able to pick up lines from, but a lot of things I didn't watch all the Harry Potter movies either, but there are some references that I might pick up from, just the internet. So yeah, let's see how this goes.
Harry Potter! Luke Skywalker!
So it's another Lego battle. I haven't seen this in a while, since Zeus versus Thor, and I didn't even react to that one because I wasn't too interested in that one. All right, well let's see how this goes.
Accio Mike, let me fire up the wand.
Accio Mike. Okay, so he's trying to show that he can grab things with his mind too. Let me fire up the wand. Okay.
Like Hermione and Ron, I'm about to get it on.
Too soon. Oh no, Hermione and Ron do.
Cause my mouth spits hot like incendio flames. You lukewarm like some tauntaun remains.
Ooh. Yeah, whenever he had to hide inside the tauntaun and then a snowstorm. That one. I see with Star Wars. I know, but I don't know the names of all of the planets that Jedi or at least rebellion bases have been set on. But I do get the reference. He had to climb inside the tauntaun to keep himself from freezing to death after Han found him.
Even the mad eye of my man Alistair Moody could see a franchise only has 2 decent movies.
Only 2 decent movies? That's gotta be a joke. You guys gotta give Phantom Menace some credit. You guys gotta give Phantom Menace some credit. I get that 2 decent movies is talking about. By 2 decent movies, which 2 of the original trilogy are they talking about? But you guys gotta give Phantom Menace some credit. I actually liked Phantom Menace. I get it. The prequels weren't as good as the originals because JJ took over. And George Lucas was mainly like head of the original like the original trilogy. But you gotta give Phantom Menace some credit. And then, of course, the Disney trilogy was trash, obviously.
lines. Do you sense deja vu? You're getting smoked like your Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Oh. Too soon. Another one that's just too soon.
Your acting is flat and your raps are 2D2.
Alright. I mean, I like the wordplay, but you haven't even heard him perform yet, so you can't really say that. That's the thing that people like. I see other people reacting to videos, and then you'll see lines that are similar to this one, and it'd be like, you don't even know because they haven't even gone yet. You're going first. You can't do a rap diss or a flow diss if you haven't heard them quite yet.
We're off to the afterlife where you're fat and see-through. You're the biggest letdown in your series since Snoke. It makes sense your father's Vader. All you do is choke.
Okay, I know I cut that off kind of early. But makes sense your father's Vader. All you do is choke. It's a good line. Not one that I'm too enthusiastic about because Vader never actually choked Luke. At least as far as I remember. I don't remember a scene where he choked Luke because, I mean, it's his son. But then again, he didn't know that either at the time. That's one thing I guess I could take into account as he didn't know that either at that time. He honestly didn't know until he started feeling the disturbances in the Force over and over again every time Luke was present. Kind of like with Luke and Leia, how they didn't know until like they didn't know they were brother and sister until the end of the original trilogy, halfway into Return of the Jedi. I believe it is. Episode 6. Is that Return of the Jedi or is that The Force Awakens? I just know it's episode 6.
You country bumpkin, you must be dumb. Who farms moisture on a desert planet with 2 suns?
Farms moisture on a desert planet with 2 suns? Someone who's doing a get-rich-quick scheme, honestly, because, like, desert planet with 2 suns, moisture would probably be something of high value. I'm just saying. If everything's hot, I mean, there's 2 suns, sand everywhere, selling moisture.
Let me stick my plans in your dusty bin droid. I'll leave you like a Horcrux, split up and destroyed.
Okay. Bin droid thing. Whatever. Haha, R2-D2 looks like a trash can, but let me tell you, this trash can looking droid is a fucking badass. I'm just gonna flat out say it. R2-D2 done some real shit. I remember in that one Star Destroyer in the bay, he helped them like flee the Star Destroyer by using fire extinguisher. R2-D2 is a droid and a half, I'll tell you what. He's a R2-D2 is a really good droid. No other droid beats him out. No other droid beats him out. Sorry.
I don't
don't know who made you shoot first, but that missed. If I was you, I'd have a bad feeling about this.
Hey! Shout out to Han Solo. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Ooh, I'm a rhyming Jedi like my father before me.
Get it? Because the Vader versus Hitler? Throwback to previous ERBs?
Your talking hats should have put you in Gryffindorky. Your
Gryffindorky. Some fun wordplay, but come on.
origin story is mostly stolen from me. You might be Potter, but Harry, I planted your seed.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. Their origin stories are very alike, and he's actually got a big point there.
Let's see, little orphan raised by relatives in solitude suddenly gets taken under wing of funky wizard dude. Learns that he's been destined to have powerful gifts, but between the two of us, I think I got the cooler
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the flow with that breakdown, though, was really nice. I like it. And then I got the cooler stick. I agree. Who doesn't agree that a lightsaber is better than a wand?
Swing it. My mic saber cuts through you so slicey. Leave you on the floor like an arm at most icely. Hit you with the wand for raps, I get icy. Land him in your face like
That'll do nicely.
There we go. There's the official Han Solo cameo in the video. Very nice to see.
fly the X-Wing to save a planet from massacre. You fly a broom like some kind of magical janitor. Your double dweeb army likes to think that you're the best. All you did was use your mom like a bulletproof vest.
Oh, he went there. He went there. Because when, yeah. Like, the first thing you hear about when you actually start getting into the story of Harry Potter is how he who shall not be named was trying to kill Harry, but his mom blocked the attack after, you know, he offed his dad. Mom blocked the attack, and it took her instead of him, and he was just left with a lightning scar, and so now he's known as the boy who lived. But yeah, that cut deep.
The death of my mother saved the wizarding race. Your mum died of heartache when she saw your face.
Ooh. Good line. It's a good line, but the context isn't quite there. So, yeah, as Padme was delivering Leia and Luke, after Luke came out, she got to look at him once, and then not only what Anakin did previously, did choke her until she was unconscious, and then she wakes up, time to have babies. But like, Anakin had visions of it too, and I think that was just one of his powers, is that he could kind of see into the future of what was gonna happen through his dreams. Like, his dreams weren't just dreams, they were meant to, like, actually come true in most cases. But in his visions, in his dreams, he saw Padme not surviving the carriage of their baby. Of course, at the time, he didn't and she didn't know that they were going to be twins. So he was thinking just one baby, giving birth to one baby would be the death of her, but it actually ended up being two, and last thing she saw was little Luke, and she kicked the bucket. Yikes.
You swamp school dropout, you're too whiny to rhyme. At least when I slither in a sister, she isn't mine.
No, 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 no. Okay, so first thing to address here is you swamp school dropout. So basically, for those of you who aren't big into Star Wars, like a lot of my family is, swamp school dropout. Luke left his Jedi training from Yoda early to go fight for the rebellion. And he was like, let me fight first, and then I'll be back and finish my Jedi training. Now, at this point, he had developed some impressive Jedi skills, but he was adamant on going to fight for the rebellion. And yeah, he was adamant on fighting as an X-Wing pilot before finishing his Jedi training. And then the you're too whiny to rhyme. That one, not really much to say about it. It's kind of slanderous, not exactly true, but Slither and his sister, at least she isn't mine. Great way to say that you yeah, boned a bro's sister. Great way to say you boned a bro's sister. Just to yeah, Ginny, I bet you and Ginny had a very good time. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. Ron's, I want to say it wasn't Ron? Wasn't she younger than Ron? I mean, isn't that about just... And the other thing is, at least she isn't mine. Luke and Leia. Okay, so not really Luke and Leia. So Leia kind of forced a kiss on Luke. At the time, they didn't know they were brother and sister, for one. Like I said earlier, they didn't know that until towards the end of the original trilogy in Episode 6, which I want to say is Return of the Jedi. But don't quote me on that. I think it's Return of the Jedi. They didn't know until then, and Leia was just trying to drive Han away, because at the time she just saw him as some strange creep, and she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna kiss this guy to keep this creep from trying to come after me. And then it's like, oh shit, that's my brother. I mean, it is what it is, but they didn't know at the time. So, I mean, that's still a good line, but if you look at the context, it's not as bad as it seems. It's not like they knew that they were relatives, because they didn't.
I'm the boy who lived, bestseller without equal. I'll split you like your fan base's feelings about the prequels.
Yeah. I'm one of those people who are like, the prequels are alright. Not as good as the original trilogy, but they're not bad. You can't say they were complete and utter garbage. I mean, you can, because to each their own, but I mean, it's not the Disney trilogy. So cut it some slack. Okay? It's not the Disney trilogy. Cut it some slack.
Sequels brought you back to meet your demise. I'd say you were brilliant, but I must not tell lies.
Yeah, see, the sequel brought you back to Mars. That's whenever Disney took over and then everything. Disney took over for the sequel.
I left JK straight rolling in cash. You let JJ compact your character to trash.
Now you see, he's got a point there on both ends, because obviously, the Harry Potter book series did make J.K. Rowling, a very successful author, and yeah, I mean, after things got handed over to Disney and George kind of stepped away with production, the series did kill. So, I mean, that's just a fact. A double fact bar, honestly.
So go on, try and force more of your distance. You're like a stormtrooper, cause all your shit misses!
Yes and no. Now, if you're referring to any of the stormtroopers, like, after the prequels, yeah. But if you're referring to the prequel stormtroopers, like whenever we were first figuring out who the stormtroopers were, the first batch of stormtroopers that came directly from Jango Fett, those ones knew how to shoot. And these are the ones that went all the way into the Clone Wars. And then after the Clone Wars, after Palpatine says the execute Order 66, that was kind of the end of the good stormtrooper. Okay, so yeah. I was saying, oh, you didn't just rip off of me, buddy. You didn't rip off of me. You also ripped off a man by the name of J.R.R. with the Hobbit, referring to Dobby the house elf. Master has given Dobby a suck. Dobby is free. Dobby. It's a good line. It's a good line.
I think it's pretty clear that you and I are pretty different. My drive's hyper, your drive's privet.
Get it? Hyper drive. Privet drive. The drive that the Dursleys lived on. And that also lives on whenever on break. I see. Did they have a summer break too, or did they just have a break for the holiday? I think it was just like a holiday break. I don't think they really cared for giving breaks during summer. I might be mistaken on that, but I think that's how it went. is whenever the holidays came around, you had your little feast at the school, and then it was like, okay, well now it's time for you to go back to your family and spend time with your family. And summer was just not a thing they really cared about. I might be mistaken. But yeah, good play on hyperdrive. And
I've got more rhymes than sand grains on Tatooine. You couldn't pull in the wind with a tractor beam.
and pull tractor. Because that's thing is, you're supposed to not be able to escape a tractor beam. Once you're in it, you're in it.
I crushed an empire, a galaxy large. I blew up the Death Star. You blew up Aunt Marge.
I remember that. When he finally, whenever, I don't remember which book it's from, but I know that as a way of getting back on the Dursleys, one thing he did was fucking turn his aunt into a fucking balloon, and it's Then Dudley started screaming swears at him, like usual.
I popped you where poppy can't be healing you. Unlike a great disturbance in the force, I'm not feeling you.
Fine. Not anything too heavy. Fun wordplay, but that's about it.
Death would eat you up without Hermione and luck, because your own skills, Wingardium Levio, suck. You're
Nice. That's still more wordplay, but it's better word. That's the kind of thing I like to see.
a dud like Dursley, but worse, and I'd rather hurt nerfs than have to endure your third verse. Like Dursley, but worse, and I'd rather hurt nerfs than have to endure your third verse.
Have you heard rap before? That was not dope at all. Maybe have Goldie Balls show you the protocol.
Hey, don't be slamming C-3PO like that. Don't be slamming C-3PO like that. He's just a humanoid relations drone. Or droid. The humanoid relations droid. Don't be doing him like that.
But I bet you're just distracted. You got a lot on your plate. On one hand, the rebellion. On the other hand, oh wait.
Oh, no. Oh no. Why? Why did you? Guys don't know. Vader took one of Luke's arms. Now he's like got from his, it's either his elbow or his forearm down, prosthetic. But it's advanced prosthetic, so it looks real until you touch it. Oh no.
fact. I roll deep and the Weasleys got my back.
This muggle sucks more hole than the bloody Sarlacc. We'll rock you up good if you try to step to Harry, mate. You're the least intimidating twin since Mary Kate.
I don't want to say this too soon, but for one thing, in a real fight, hands down, a Jedi would beat even a group of wizards. But another thing is, I'm pretty sure those land speeders would drastically outrun the broomstick. Like, those things are meant to traverse a lot of terrain in a matter of minutes. I mean, sure, you can be fast on a broomstick, but I don't think you're gonna outrun a land speeder. There's a reason why it's called a land speeder. I'm just saying, land speeder drastically outrun a broomstick. They wouldn't be able to keep up with him like that.
Flow like butter beer on Diagon streets. You can find me getting fantastic on these beats.
No. I've never actually had butterbeer. So I couldn't tell you what it tastes like. I'm sure there's people out there that have recreated it. And, or it's like an actual official beverage that is produced. But, so I don't know about that, but, fantastic on these, referring to fantastic beats and where to find them. I'm not so sure you should be referencing that spin-off series, because I wasn't too big of a fan of it. It just didn't feel the same as Harry Potter. It just didn't hit right with me.
It's over, Luke. I got the high ground advantage.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. I mean, fair use, fair play, but kind of did it wrong. You said I have the high ground advantage, whenever it was just left at I have the high ground. Don't try it. I hate you, and I loved you. Oh man. Why, Anakin? Why? Why'd you do it? Why'd you let yourself get brainwashed by Chancellor Palpatine, who then eventually became Emperor and took over? Oh man, the Sith knew how to manipulate their way to the top. Let's get that straight. They definitely knew how to manipulate their way to the top. But one question that I've always wondered is, would it have been so bad for everyone to recognize the Galactic Empire? Like, if there was no resistance to it, would it really have been that bad? I get it's supposed to be like freedom and democracy and escape from tyranny and checks and balances on power, kind of like how the United States has. But on a galactic scale, like, is it, like, how would you manage a democracy of that size? I don't know. It's just, when it comes to managing, like, a country, that's one thing. But when it comes to managing a galaxy, maybe there needs to be some sort of form of judge, jury, and execute to kind of control crime. But I don't know. Who am I to judge?
I'll close it like a map. Mischief managed.
I didn't really I don't really understand that line. Mischief managed. Unless it's another. I don't think it's another Fantastic Beast reference. This, another Fantastic Beasts reference. But if it is, then like that's the only thing I can come up with. Is maybe it's another Fantastic Beasts reference, or maybe it's something that I've missed by not reading all the books. It's literally either one of those.
You should have Hagrid fly you home on his moped. If I wanted teenage wizardry, I'd call Selena Gomez.
That's great. Now I wonder if they're talking about Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I think that's what they're talking about, but it could also very likely be Wizards of Waverly Place. Both are Disney properties that have to deal with teenage wizardry, so to me it's like it's a 50-50. I don't know if Selena Gomez played in both. I think he's more referring to Sabrina the Teenage Witch because of the fact that it has that he has teenage wizardry in the thing. Which, if you get technical, warlock and witch are the ones that are gender defined. Wizard is gender neutral. Wizard just means having to study in order to manipulate the arcane, whereas warlocks and witches have a innate skill with the arcane, and studying just helps them progress what they already possess, which in the case like in most cases, especially in the world of Harry Potter, technically it would be that difference between warlock and witch rather than wizardry. I mean, unless someone like Dumbledore, like maybe if Dumbledore had to study in order to have the knowledge he has of the arcane, which I don't even know if they canonically go by the arcane. Like, this could be just something completely made up for J.K. Rowling's universe, but in typical like in the typical scene of wizards and such, and I'm mainly pulling from a lot of RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. It's the art of the arcane, but that it could be. I don't know. I'm just going by what I know. And it has to do with adeptness to the arcane, which it seems that most of the students at Hogwarts have some sort of natural born adept to the arcane, which means they are warlocks, not wizards. Sorry for the total nerd out, but yeah.
As my attack tactics are galactically hardcore, far more than your goofy little Star Wars.
Star Wars, because
I learned flow from the best in the biz.
Get funky.
So all of you that end this is
McClunky.
I love the Yoda cameo. Probably my favorite cameo. I'm trying to think of the name of the species. Of the little guys. The little guys on the left there, you know, the ones that wear the hoods. I think they're called... I know what Chewbacca is. Chewbacca's a Wookiee. But I forget what the little guys are called. I don't know why I'm like having this kind of brain fart now. I'll have to look it up later. But not really a big fan of their model. Chewbacca looks nice. And of course, the droids are pretty well done. Those little guys. Little guys, not so nice.
Jedi mind tricks, put the nicks on your Imperius. Tip you up like death sticks on Bellatrix, dead serious. No.
That was some good plays on some of the baddies. Harry Potter, Bellatrix, and then Sirius Black. Good,
No need to Expelliarmus, you're heartless in a duel. Call me the Hogwarts Express, I just took you to school.
No need to Expelliarmus, because that was the spell to disarm another. An often overused spell by Harry, might I add. Which is why it was perfect that he put that one in there. Because, like, just everywhere, I swear. Expelliarmus! no need to Expelliarmus because you're harmless. He's saying he could fight Harry while he's fully armed because he's harmless. And yeah, I mean, Jedi, they can deflect like the lasers from the blasters with their minds. So I mean, most of them tend to just use a lightsaber and knock stuff away, but I mean, if they wanted to, just like a Sith, they could deflect the lasers with the Force. And you could treat spells the same way. Like, you want to cast a spell on me? Well, guess what? Shoot it away. My mind. Alright, notable lines. I really liked how Luke tore apart Harry's origin story as being just a ripoff of his own. And the reason why that works is because Luke definitely came first. I mean, I know Harry Potter came out, I want to say the movies were made in the late 2000s, and I was like a freshman in high school, I think, whenever Deathly Hallows was coming out, parts 1 and 2. So that I would think the books were released in the at the earliest the 90s. I would have to look that up, but yeah, Star Wars was coming out in the 70s. Original trilogy came out in the 90s. Yeah, the Disney trilogy that came out in the 2010s up to just I think 2019 was when The Rise of Skywalker came out. So definitely an older Star Wars definitely has the age factor in, so Harry ripped off of Luke's origin story. I did like also like the Han Solo cameo. That'll do nicely. Wingardium Leviosa. That was another good one. As for Harry, the main hitting lines are getting smoked like Uncle Ben. I don't think it was Uncle. It was Uncle. I forget what his uncle's name is. But it was Uncle and Aunt Beru. Even though I kind of discredited it The Slytherin line was pretty good. And the hand line, that was all. Overall, I just think what Luke came out with in the beginning kind of shut down everything else that Harry said, and Luke always found some way to rebuttal. And so it just, like, every round after that just seemed too close to call. And with Luke having the first round by a mile, I think that just kind of played in his favor. And it did seem kind of like they didn't write as hard as stuff for Luke in the following rounds, because they kind of dispensed everything on that first round. But, you know, everything Harry said was like a jab, 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 whereas what Luke said right off the bat was haymaker. Get some boxing lines in there. It was like strong and reinforced, and then he did little jabs after that, and like Harry didn't really have any like major hitting lines like that first thing. Let me know what you guys think, because obviously there might have been something on Harry's side that I missed, because like I said just a couple months ago, I watched the entirety of Star Wars. The entirety of Star Wars, because it was always something that I wanted to watch, but I've never watched. Like, really the only thing I remembered watching before then was The Force Awakens. I think it was either The Force Awakens. Wait, no, it couldn't be. That's still part of the. It was. Maybe it was The Last Jedi. And then, of course, after The Last Jedi, there was Rise of Skywalker. But I think the only one I remembered watching was The Last Jedi. And then I just was like, you know what? I've always wanted to watch the full Star Wars series. And so I just did it. Like I said, there may be some things I missed on Harry's side, but if you guys did enjoy the video, then don't forget to hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check out everyone in the description below, and if you're new to any of our channels, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hiya!